Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. Today is Wednesday, August the 24th, 2022. I am Joe Sarvati, affectionately known as Coach, and I am rocking, Crash, the no-hat dome look today. Just to celebrate Carlos Rodon, I wanted to do something different because he was so strong last night and all that pressure. He came through for us, so I wanted to do something different. So I'm rocking the tee and the no hat look for the first time. So how are you doing today, Crash?
I'm doing all right. My Brewers sure took a beating last night. They got the one run like I was talking about, but unfortunately the Dodgers got 10. So
Yeah,
it was a long night for the Brewers fans, but we're still, the series is tied and we got a chance to still win the series. So I feel like that's all you could ask for when you're going to LA. So
yeah. I mean, that's a tough place to play and a tough team to play, no question about it. We're going earlier today at 11. I think the 1:30 time is the way to go. We may just, other than days where we have to go early because of the early slates and we want to cover all the games, we're going to try to stick mostly at 1:30. But appreciate everybody jumping in earlier today. We have that early 12:30 game, so we got a lot to cover. There's 14 games on the total slate. We'll be focusing most of our picks and information on the 8-game main slate tonight, but we are going to cover all 14 games. So we'll be doing that for sure. Good night last night, especially very strong for me on Fanduel. Really had some good, strong scores there. I know our members were pretty pumped. We had a lot of winners being posted in there. Quick good morning to Boy from Cali. Another day, another dollar, and he's the first one in there. So shout out to you. Our buddy Colin Chachoff. Man, Colin, you are awesome. He's getting us sorting and getting us all our data that we need for these podcasts. Perfect shape today. Huge help there. So great job, Mr. Chachoff. Good morning, Rodney Pollard and Absolute Power. Thanks for joining us for this early slate. Great news today, Crash. How about this? No weather issues.
Nice.
So after 2 days ago where I almost had a heart attack. And then yesterday we had that concern in Boston, but now today we are completely clear of any stress on the weather. We do have a Coors game, but that's on the afternoon slate in the middle of the day. So the cool thing is tonight, the 8-game main slate on DraftKings, Fanduel, and Yahoo, no weather issues, no Coors game, no Wrigley shenanigans. We've got a really good, solid slate.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely looks like a good 2-slate day. So, yep.
Good morning, Randy Rubach. Good morning, Fear Money Entertainment LLC. And we're teaching you, we're not fearing money here. We're bringing it in like that guy that just brings it all in, man. So for those just that have jumped on, please hide the children and pets. I don't want my dome to scare them. But I decided to go with the no hat look today to celebrate Carlos Rodon getting me to the finish line. 58 burger on Fanduel last night. Definitely took a little smoke and fire in here with my Rodon pick yesterday. So I'm not gloating. I'm not one of those guys that does that. I just I figured I wanted to make a mention to it because I was really proud of the way he pitched. He was dominant.
Right. Yeah, he was awesome. And so waiting to see if Sean V is going to show today.
Yeah, I'd be very disappointed after all that noise he gave me. Come on, Sean V, where you at, man? I would have shown up here if Rodon would have got smashed. So let's see. Hopefully we get him popping in here as we go. But again, everybody, so you can expect almost all of these podcasts at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, except for a couple of days per week, usually one or two where we'll have to go early at 11 because of the early game. So hello, Josh. Great to have you in here. Verlander no hitter, but got pulled. Okay. Yep. He is Mr. Verlander. He is a god of pitching, no doubt about it. All right, 14 games. We want to dive into this. Anything else on your side, Crash, before we get rolling?
No, I'm ready to get into it. Like you said, we got a lot to cover, so we're going to have to get rolling here.
All right, 12:35 is the first one. In an hour and 23 minutes from right now, we get the festivities started. So it'll be another 12, 14-hour day of MLB baseball DFS. You absolutely have to love it. As we get started here, just get it off the table now. Give us the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, hit the little alert button so you know when these podcasts post. The thumbs up and the subscribe really helps us move up the algorithm on YouTube. If you're watching live on Twitter, like and retweet. Let other people know what's going on right now here. We really, really do appreciate each of you, and we love that we're growing the family every day. All right, 12:35, my friend. Atlanta Braves, Pittsburgh Pirates. It's a Vegas total of 8.5. A nice warm 80 degrees in Pittsburgh. No wind to speak of. Beautiful day. A big implied total for the Braves. They came through for us yesterday, 5.35. Small one for the Pirates, 3.15 implied. We've got Kyle Wright at 9.2K. Takes the bump for the Braves, and Mitch Keller at 6K for the Buccos. Early slate, is this interesting game for you, Crash? Are you a Brave stack?
I'm trying to just see something here. I kind of like, I'm looking at the lineups, and I kind of like O'Neal Cruz leading off for the Pirates. I think that's a good spot for him. Also like Brian Reynolds. He's hit a home run against Kyle Wright before. Yep. On the opposite side, always like Matt Olson against a righty. And then Eddie Rosario for some value, I think. And then Michael Harris. I think those three on Atlanta would probably be my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I like some runs in this game. I think 80 degrees in Pittsburgh. Both of these pitchers can give up some hits and some homers. And I do like the new look lineup. A bunch of these lineups are out. Right. So you can check those out as well. We won't read through them all, but nothing major other than, as Crash said, O'Neal Cruz in that leadoff spot's a little bit different for the Buccos. All right, let's go to game two. It's 1:10, San Francisco Giants at the Detroit Tigers. Beautiful day in Detroit, 82 and sunny. Slight breeze blowing out to left, 6 miles an hour. 7.5 is the Vegas total, 4.14 implied for the Giants, 3.36 for the Tigers. Logan Webb, 9.4K, a guy I go to very often, gets to take the mound against these Tigers. And we know the Tigers in general, and especially against righties. So, man, is Webb going to be a target and high owned on the early slate? He faces off against Matt Manning, 6.4K. So are you all over Webb like I am?
Yeah, I like Webb here. I think this game in general is going to be a pitcher's game. So I kind of think that this will be one of the lower scoring games on the slate. But the pitching, I think, is going to be good on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, you can get some cheap hitting on both of these sides. To show you how bad Detroit is, their cleanup hitter is 2K. And their number 5 hitter's 2K. The number 6 hitter is 2K.
Yeah, that's insane.
Number 2 hitter is 2K.
Yeah,
this has to, and 8 and 9 are 2K. I've never seen anything like this. This is the cheapest lineup in DFS history, I think.
Yeah, if you need some value, they're definitely the well to dig into on some slates, but probably not today against Webb. I mean, he's really good at getting ground balls and keeping that ball in the park. So you're probably not going to get a whole lot of points from Detroit.
I wouldn't, put a single Tiger in my roster lineup today, but I'm flabbergasted. 6 guys out of the 9 are the dead 2K.
Right.
Then you've got a 2.4, a 3.5 in Riley Green, and Baez is 4.1. I mean, I want somebody to find a cheaper lineup you've ever seen in DFS. That's nuts.
Pretty incredible. Yep.
Tells you how good they are and how strong of a play Logan Webb is today.
Yeah, definitely.
310 Texas Rangers, Colorado Rockies. There's our Coors game. Nice little 11 total there. How about 87 warm degrees in Denver for this one? A slight breeze blowing in from right at 6 miles an hour. Both teams with an implied over 5. So if you're playing that early slate and this game is on it, I don't see how you don't have some exposure. You're sort of forced to. 5.85 implied for the Rangers, 5.15 for the Colorado Rockies. The lucky winners pitchers, Martin Perez, the lefty at 7.7K, Jose Urena, 5K for the Rockies. So interesting. The Rockies have their lineup out. Joe Rogers, Iglesias, Cron, Grishik, Montero, McCannon, Servin, and Bernardo. So they're getting a little different with their lineup. Are you playing a lot of these guys for the early slate?
I like some of the lefties from Texas, and then I like CJ Cron and Randall Grichuk on the Colorado side.
Yeah, 5K and 4.8. So a little, not too bad, but reasonable. You get a little pricier with some of the guys at the top of that Rangers bat, the Rangers bat. Did you know Adolis Garcia has over 20 homers and 20 steals this year?
Wow.
I saw that stat yesterday, and I thought, wow, I did not know he was stealing bags like that as well.
Also, like Elehuris Montero. So,
oh, you like Montero?
Yeah.
Where's he batting? I don't see him in the initial lineup, so keep an eye on that.
Is he not in the lineup?
Well, it's not. It's there he is. He's 6th. I'm sorry. 3K. You're right.
Yeah, they just confirmed that lineup. Yeah.
All right, how do you pronounce that first name?
I don't know. I tried. Elehuris Montero. I don't know.
That's good enough. Elehuris, that works for me.
Yeah. I'm
going to check chat real quick. I just want to see if any of our buddies have jumped in here. Let's see. Who else is there? We saw him. Josh, how's it going, man? Josh Gillam's in there. Man, where is our guy? I thought for sure he'd be in here. Yeah, right. All right, let's get back to this. We are going to keep motoring through these early games, especially we'll give a little towards the end. 3:37 exactly, right on the dot. We have a day game in Oakland. Miami comes to town. It's 73 comfortable degrees in Oakland. Little breeze blowing out to right center at 10 miles an hour. 7 is the total today. 3.59 implied for Miami. 3.41 for Oakland. Jesus Luzardo, the lefty, 8.5K against fellow lefty Cole Irvin at 7.2K. Any interest here? I'll tell you, when pitchers pitch in the shadows in Oakland, that's not an easy thing to hit from. So always a little edge to the pitchers in day games in Oakland.
Yeah, I like Luzardo here. I think this is a good matchup for him. And I like how he's pitched in general in most of his outings this year. So Luzardo would definitely be my pick here on the pitching side. As far as the bats go, I do like your guy Blade, but I don't know how he is against lefties.
A lot of times he gets sat. Is what
I say Miguel Rojas against the lefty. He's good against lefties.
Yeah, he's pretty cheap too.
Yeah.
For me, it's pretty simple in this game. I like both sides of the pitching. One of these guys, either one, Luzardo or Irvin, to go along with Webb on an early slate. If it's that mid-afternoon slate, I'm not completely adverse to going with both pitchers. Like I said, there's an advantage in Oakland pitching through the shadows. That is such a garbage ballpark too, but it's and they're huge, foul territories. It's just a good spot for both of these guys. I think they are obviously not going against powerful hitting squads either. So I'm all about the pitchers in this one.
Yeah, they're a little bit Oakland's a little bit less strikeout prone at home than they are on the road, but they also score less runs at home. So kind of evens it out for me.
Absolutely. All right, we have 2 more games on the earlier slate. They're both at 4:10, and you're going to have a mixture of slates: DraftKings, Fanduel, Yahoo. It's all broken up differently. So you're on your own for figuring out which ones you want to play initially. But at least we have all three in unison for the evening slate at 7:05. All right, the 2-4-10 games. The first one's the Guardians at the Padres, 78, wind blowing out to right center at 10 miles an hour. Only 7.5 total in this one, 3.34 implied for the Guardians, 4.16 for the Padres. Cal Quantrill, 7.9K versus Blake Snell, of course, the lefty at 9.8K. So do the Padres finally get it going here, you think, Crash?
I mean, we talked about this yesterday, just how much they've been struggling, and they lost again last night. So
crazy.
I don't know. Quantrill's a pretty good pitcher. It's going to be tough. I think it's going to be another low-scoring game. I'm going to say Cleveland wins again.
Wow. Okay. They're a $1.37 dog here, so that's a nice call. Yeah, I mean, Blake Snell's tough, though. I mean, you know,
he can be. Sure. Yeah. But they've got, Rosario and Ramirez and Gonzalez. Some of those guys, they can be tough on lefties. So,
and it is a pitcher's game again here for me. I like the pitching better than I do the hitting for either one of these squads in this one, but not a game I'll be loading up on for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, the last early game is the Nationals at the Mariners. So a bunch of these West games playing during the day, getaway day for some of these teams, I guess. But we've got 8 is the total it'll probably be open, the Dome in Seattle. So 8's a good fair number. 2.72 implied for the Nationals, pretty low, and 5.28 for the Seattle Mariners, a big number there. Anibal Sanchez, who's been getting smacked around, has to face a good hitting Seattle team, certainly the team that'll be stacked a lot early. And George Kirby at 9K, with 2.72 net for the Nationals as an implied, definitely somebody you got to look at on the early slate.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely like the Mariners here. Shout out to our call yesterday on Mitch Haniger. That was a good call, Coach. We kind of
I was so pumped, man. Yeah. That's got me over the top.
Yeah, that was awesome. So I like the Mariners again. I like Jesse Winker today, so I think he goes deep. He's not my home run call, but just kind of have a gut feeling.
Yeah, Mike Trout came through for me too. Never doubt the Trout. No doubting the Trout. That's for sure.
Yep.
I love the stack here of Seattle, and they're affordable. Yes, Rodriguez is very expensive at 6K, but if you leave him out, France at 4.2, Winkler at 4, Haniger 4.1, Santana 2.4. I mean, you can really go 4-5 deep here with Seattle if you think they're going to smack Sanchez around.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, real quickly, we're going to get into the 8-game main slate. A quick check here. RJ's in there. Coach Mom's in there. How are you, Coach? Who else has an 80-something-year-old mom? Oops, she's going to kill me for saying her age again. I didn't say, maybe she just turned 80, but that's not true either. But she plays DFS. Come on now. It's in the genes. It's in the blood. Let's go. She's taking something down today. Marlins can't hit left-handed pitchers. That's true. They can't hit anybody, really. But
that is true, but Rojas can. He's 2 for 2 against Cole Irvin as well. And he's also his numbers are not great on the year against lefties, but like I said, he's 2 for 2 against Cole Irvin. And usually when I play him against the lefty, he does well. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think so. All right, we're going to take a quick look at the stacks and top-rated pitchers as we go into this main slate. Let's get just a quick glance and see if anything sticks out to you here, Crash. As far as right now, the top stacks on DK, and it's early, so we have a long ways to go. Philly coming in at plus 12%. White Sox against Watkins at 12. Toronto against Rich Hill at 10. And then I'll mention 4 more because they're right below them at 7, 8, 9. And that's Houston, the Dodgers, Boston, that group. And that's it. And St. Louis. So Philly, the White Sox, Toronto, St. Louis, Houston, the Dodgers, and Boston are getting most of the stack ownership Is anybody in that group stand out to you initially here?
I have most of the same ones. Philly is my top stack against TJ Zeuch with his 13 ERA or whatever it is.
I know it.
And then Houston against Dylan Bundy. I don't mind going back to Houston, after last night. They kind of let me down a little bit, but hopefully they'll have the night tonight that I was thinking they'd have yesterday. And then I do like a couple of the Boston bats against Jose Barrios. Like Alex Verdugo. I know he's one of your favorite players.
Oh, yeah.
And then trying to see, not too crazy about the White Sox. That stack 12% projected ownership, second highest right now, is a little surprising to me. As we've talked about many times, that ballpark is not the hitter park it used to be,
especially in left field. I know. I was surprised. That was the one number that surprised me. That was my point as well.
Yeah, so they're the stack I would definitely, of all these stacks I'm looking at, I would definitely fade first.
They have a good stack. They have the number one stack score right now, though, at 10.1. So, that might be something that's over-owned, but we'll see. My two favorites, I have the second top stack score, but they're coming in less than 10% owner share. I really like the Cardinals. They get to hit against Will Ferrell today,
Yeah, I saw that. Luke Ferrell. Who the heck is that?
But he's going to be pitching like when Will Ferrell got the blow dart in his neck.
Right. Well, so maybe – sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Maybe he'll have the same luck that Assad had yesterday, which he was awesome against the Cardinals.
Oh, my gosh. That was a surprise. Yeah, no doubt.
He's in the same spot. He's a call-up from AAA, which I don't think this is his first major league start, though. But
no, and he's not one of their top prospects. I mean, he's okay, but I don't think he comes into this spot in a good position. So St. Louis, we know, can hit in bunches. They got a really tough middle of that lineup, and that's my favorite stack so far. According to the percentages. I also think Tampa is not getting any respect against. So they're pitching against Michael Myers from Halloween movie. So we got all these movie star guys coming out. I guess it's Mike Mayers.
It
isn't
probably
that the guy that caught the foul ball for the Cubs or or Red Sox, that controversial game? Oh, that's Jeffrey Myers, I think.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say that
he leaned over and caught the. You remember that, right?
Yeah. I just didn't remember his name, but it's tough on both sides. I mean, because they've got Mike Myers, whatever, pitching, and then they have to face Shane McClanahan. So that seems like a long day for the Angels.
It sure does, but I think Tampa can hit. They're a professional bunch of hitters.
Yeah,
they're not all swinging for the long ball. Rosarena does a lot, but a lot of them are they're going to pitch. Or hit whatever's pitched to them, go to opposite fields. They got a great culture there. I like the Rays. They're dangerous.
Yeah, they're not getting a lot of ownership. So they'll probably end up being my top stack in GPPs.
Oh, really? Okay. And then I'm going to just glance real quickly at the Fanduel stack, see if anything else jumps way out. Philly is still number one there. Toronto's the second highest stack there, though, but the rest of them are the same. St. Louis, Chicago, LA, Tampa, a little more respect at almost 7% there. So pretty much the same group on both. And now let's do the same with pitchers, and then we'll bring those up as we're going, obviously. But it looks like Shane McClanahan, because he's going against the Angels that strike out against everybody and just don't hit. Even though he's 10.9 and most expensive, he's 48% owned right now on DK. Does that surprise you?
Yeah, a little bit, but the pitching is not, it's not like last night. I mean, you don't have 3 or 4 outstanding aces at the top.
McClanahan and Valdez are probably the only two that you can really even think of as aces.
Although the Brewers suck against lefties, so you can kind of almost but the only thing with Heaney is he doesn't pitch very long. His last several starts, he pitched like four innings. I mean, the last start against the Brewers, he pitched like 4 2/3, and that was his longest start in the last 5.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I don't
I
trust
mean,
that,
he got
and
10
and
strikes, but
that's huge.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't trust
striking.
we don't go deep into games. That is an X out for me.
Right,
But I
right.
just wanted to mention Mcclanahan at 48. The next biggest, most owned guy on DK is half of that. Zach Gallen at 24, and
Mhm.
Michaelis at 23. There's a bunch of guys in that group. And on FanDuel, it's even worse. 37% ownership for Mcclanahan. Valdez is next at only 14. So
Yeah.
we have some serious chalk here. Looks like Mcclanahan and everybody else, pick a second, an SP2 is the way to go, unless you fade him. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
not gonna fade him. Well, we'll get into that in a minute, but
Yeah, I don't think he's very fadeable for me in a lot of the things that I play, single entry and some cash and everything like
yeah,
that. So,
yeah.
Tony A, what's up, man? How are you? Anybody that jumps in, I warn you ahead of time. Hide the kids and pets. I'm going with the dome today. The dome look and no polo. So I'm really out of my comfort zone here, Crash. All right, we're going to get into the main slate right here. Here we go. No weather issues, which is wonderful.
Mhm.
Cincinnati at Philadelphia. It's 84 nice degrees in Philly, left to right breeze, 7 miles an hour. Vegas total of 9, 3.36 implied for the Reds, a big fat 5.64 for the Phillies, and that's why they're so highly owned as a stack. TJ Zeuch, 6.1K against Christopher Sanchez, the lefty, at 5.5K. Not a couple of humdinger of pitchers here, I would say.
Yeah. Definitely not. I mean, the Phillies are showing as the top stack right now, so it doesn't really have to, much to be said about that. But Kyle Schwarber would be my favorite play here on the Philly side.
He's up to 6K.
Yeah, I know he's expensive.
That
Yeah.
stings a little. Hoskins 4.7, Bohm, who I love, 4.2, but it's he's starting to get pretty popular a lot. But you
Mhm.
can afford some guys up and down their lineup. But Cincinnati's cheap if you want to go
Yeah.
back onto the other side. They've got 9 righties. It looks like that may go against Sanchez, the lefty. So that makes it interesting.
Yeah. Yep. I show 8, but they may end up with 9.
Lopez is a switch hitter. Who do you have as the lefty?
Mustakis.
Oh, I have him out today, but as I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what
We'll
happens.
see. Yeah.
All right, we go to another 7:05 game. White Sox at Orioles. 84 degrees, no wind to speak of. 8.5 is the total in Baltimore. 4.35 for the White Sox. 4.15 for Baltimore. Lucas Giolito 8.4K against Spencer Watkins at 6.2K. So is this the hitting game, or the White Sox deserving of that high number so far in the stacks?
I kind of in tournaments, I kind of like Baltimore here. Giolito has just not been the same guy,
No.
and he's been getting blown up,
Yep.
several starts. So I kind of like Baltimore. I think they're going to go sneaky low and stack tonight.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be as sneaky. Where do they stand right now in the stacks tool? Because Giolito, like you said, has just been getting hammered.
They're at
And
3.7 on Fanduel, and they are at
it's too low.
3.3 on DraftKings. So yeah, they're
Wow.
going way under owned, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll be over that number. There's no doubt about it. I mean, Baltimore's hitting. There's
Yeah.
no question. And that, they got enough lefties. Listen to this possible lineup. Lefty Mullins, Rutschman, who just murders the ball.
He's a switch hitter too.
Yeah. And then Santander, who's a switch hitter. Vavra, who's a lefty. Stowers, that new lefty. Odor's a lefty. Yeah. I think Giolito's in for a bad night.
Yeah, I do too. And Chicago's getting a lot of ownership, so I like that even more.
I know. I'm really confused. Maybe this is a good overplay. 8.5 seems fair for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 7:10, 5 minutes later, we jump up to Boston. Toronto Blue Jays at the Boston Red Sox. 77 comfortable degrees, no wind to speak of at the Boston ballpark there. Fenway, 9.5 is the total. So Vegas expecting some hitting. 5.23 implied for the Blue Jays, 4.27 for the Red Sox. Jose Barrios, 7.2K versus Brian, spelled Brayyan. So I don't understand that Brian spelling. Brian Bello at 6K for the Red Sox. Is this hitting city for you and no pitching, or do you think Barrios can hang in there?
Yeah, I do. Like I said, I like some of I like Verdugo. It looks like he's projected to lead off, so I like that.
I think he'll bat second, but that's just a guess.
Yeah, but I know you like Verdugo, and so do I.
Big time. Yeah.
Then you got Rafael Devers and Duran and Cordero. So there's definitely some lefties that I like in this lineup. And then on the other side, the power hitters, Springer, Guerrero, Chapman, obviously Bichette. So those, and even Hernandez. So I mean, you can definitely look at 3 or 4 guys from each team in this game, honestly.
No doubt. Alex Verdugo is my BVP play of the day, Crash.
He's mine as well.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
He's only 5 for 11. I didn't think you'd pick him. He's got a home run, a ribby. He's batting 455 against him, 1182 OPS, and a 727 slugging, 455 average. So Alex Verdugo, probably in the 2-hole, 1-hole, somewhere up there.
There's not a lot of BVP on this slate, so that's the big reason why I went with him.
That's hilarious. I never would have guessed we had the same guy there. That is funny. All right, excellent. I think you can go hitting both sides here. Bello has not been very good, that's for sure. The problem with the Blue Jays is they don't really have a bunch of left-handed hitters. That seems to be a small weakness there. So I don't know. Maybe you play a Biggio or Bradley, some of the lefties at the bottom of the lineup. They're both 2K. But good luck getting much hitting out of those guys,
Yeah, definitely.
All right, 7:10. We've got the Angels and Rays. It is a very low total, 7, only 2.54 implied for the Angels, 4.46 implied for Tampa in the little dome there in Tampa. Mike Mayers, I believe it is, 5K versus Shane Mcclanahan, the lefty at 10.9K. And I know I'm going to steal your thunder. It's probably yours too, but I'm just going to bite the bullet because I've got a lot of great choices for value. Shane Mcclanahan is my pay up. He's the big chalk, double the chalk on DraftKings, triple on Fanduel. I just think you got to go there. Just spend the money. There's lots of cheap bats everywhere. Angels strike out a ton. And Mcclanahan's 10-9. He's too cheap, I think, on DraftKings. 11.2 is more like it on FanDuel, and 53 on Yahoo. So he's not a cheap pitcher, but we know the Angels aren't hitting. They strike out a ton. Yes, Trout's back in the lineup, but Mcclanahan, I'm going to give you a couple real quick things. 43 his last game, 2 hits he gave up to KC. Had a nice game against Baltimore as well. Prior to that, just, the strikeout numbers have been solid. 8, 7, 6, 8, 10, 10. So I think he gets a lot of strikeout ability here. He faced him on May 11th and grabbed a 58 burger, just like my man Rodon did last night, 58 burger. And he pitched 7 innings against him with giving up 3 hits and 11 Ks. I'm expecting something similar tonight, Crash.
Yeah, he should be obviously one of the highest owned pitchers, but it's for a good reason.
He'll be the highest owned.
Yeah. And so I do. He's my top pay up pitcher as well. So
wow, Colin Chachoff, Castellanos double dong incoming. Wow. How's that for a gutsy call?
Yeah, wow. I guess it's a little bit of a revenge game for him. But
oh yeah, big time, no doubt about it. All right, so you're feeling good in that one. You think Tampa's just shoe in here? They'll be solid.
I never like to call anything a shoe-in, but I do like Tampa in this game. Yeah, I do.
How about if I call him a lock washer? My favorite term.
Yeah.
I'm going Rays lock washer. McClanahan will be in all my lineups tonight. 8:05 St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley. 8.5 is the total there. Beautiful 76 degrees. Slight breeze blowing in from right at 8 miles an hour. North of 5 implied for the Cardinals. My favorite stack of the day. 5.09 implied, 3.41 for the Cubs. Miles Mikolas, 7.9K against Luke Farrell, 4.5K crash. He's 4.5K, this poor kid.
Wow. Yeah, that's probably the cheapest I've seen for a starting pitcher.
It really is. And it's going to be all you can eat for me on the Cardinals, man. Lars Nootbaar, if he leads off at 2.6, Donovan's 3.2. I want to be able to afford either Goldschmidt or an Arenado, probably not both.
Right.
Love Nolan Gorman today, too. O'Neill, DeJong. I mean, I'd love to have 5 Cardinals in my lineup, but I'll probably only end up with 4. Is that over?
I mean, the Cardinals definitely should take big advantage of this guy.
And the Cubs bullpen's bad too.
Yeah, but see, I thought the same thing yesterday, and then they got shut out. So
that's just even more fuel for that turnover.
Well, they put up 13 last night though, so they definitely bounced back in a big way. Yeah. I lean more towards Goldschmidt than Arenado.
Okay,
Arenado's had more of the hits. He did a home run last night, and I think Goldschmidt's due. So I would lean more towards Goldschmidt.
It's funny. Goldschmidt's 6.2K, and the pitcher for the Cubs is 4.5K. Something doesn't make sense there. Any bats for the Cubs you like to step up?
Wilson Contreras has good BVP if he's in the lineup, but he's been hurt, so he hasn't been in the lineup for the Cubs. So we'll have to keep an eye and see if he's on the lineup.
Okay. All right, 8:10 as well. We've got, or 5 minutes later, actually, at 8:10. There's two of those. Twins at Astros. Probably, I wonder if the Dome will be open in Houston. It's only a 7.5 total, so I'm thinking maybe it's still too hot down there and it's closed, but we'll follow that, let you know in Discord. Only 2.92 implied for Minnesota, 4.58 for Houston. Dylan Bundy, 6.9K for the Twins. Framber Valdez takes the bump, the lefty, at 10.4K. And that's where I'm interested to see where his ownership's going to be, because I was expecting him at the first look at pitchers for him to be much more popular. He's 20% on, which is 4th highest on FanDuel. I'm sorry, on DraftKings. On FanDuel, he's 2nd highest, but only at 14%. So I was expecting bigger numbers there for him. Does that surprise you, or are you interested?
A little bit. I guess Buxton's still out for. I guess he was placed on the
IL. Yeah.
IL. Yeah.
Yeah. He's out for a while.
So yeah, I would have some interest in Minnesota. Probably Correa. I think you were on him last night. He didn't do anything, but maybe he comes.
Thanks for reminding me.
Maybe he comes through against the lefty tonight. We'll see. It's revenge for him. So.
Yeah, it is. I definitely think he's somebody you have to keep in mind. He did hit a rocket, by the way, that was caught. So it looks a little I hate when guys get robbed like that. That's the thing about baseball. You get guys that just hit the ball in the nose and have nothing to show for it. Somebody gets full and sawed off, broken bat, and bloops in for a double or something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Baseball is the toughest of all sports DFS wise. I don't care what anybody says. It's the variance is nuts.
If you need a catcher, I think Gary Sanchez is a good play too. He's 2 for 4 with a home run against Valdez.
He's so bad though, man. I don't think I've rostered him. I don't think I have all year.
I rarely do.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It should be an interesting game. Houston stacks have been played a lot lately. They certainly have a lot of sticks, and they have my home run call of the day, Crash.
Houston does?
They do.
Mancini?
No.
Tucker?
Nope.
Oh.
Who do I usually play? Who's my favorite player in baseball?
Yeah, Yordan Alvarez.
Alvarez, he's only 3 for 11, I know, but 2 of them extra base hit. He's already hit a homer off of them. 970 OPS, 636 slugging, 333 OBP, 273 average, but he's due. Bundy is known for giving up gopher balls, and I think this is going to be a big game for Alvarez. He's actually not only my home run call, but he's my favorite play on the entire slate.
Oh, wow. Coach, we got to check out this comment your mom made.
Oh, no. We have mother in there creating trouble for us. Don't add 10 years to my age. You're confused. You're shut off of my Italian meals. No, don't take anything, but don't take the meatballs.
She's adopting me.
All right, Crash, you got it. She'll be sending you some lasagna.
Hey, bring it one way. It sounds good to me.
All right, now that you trash me in here, Miss Reese, I think she's 83. I'm dead, man. I won't see a meatball for a year. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's move forward here as I'm totally thrown off base here. So Houston, so that's my play. I could see some Astro stacks, but 7.5 just seemed like a low number to me. I really like the over there. I mean, there's guys that can hit on both sides. I know that there's no Buxton, but
right.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. The other 8-10 games, the Arizona Diamondbacks at Kansas City Royals. It is Zach Gallen against Brady Singer here. 85 degrees in KC, wind blowing in from right. 7.5 is that total. 3.94 implied for Arizona. 3.56 for the Kansas City Royals. I like some pitching in this game, Crash. What do you think?
Yeah, I did too. We were looking pretty good there for a while with our Kansas City pick, and then once they went to the bullpen, and Arizona just tore them up.
Yeah, collapsed.
Yeah. Yep. But Brady Singer's my value pitcher today. So
interesting. I thought about him and I looked at him, and I think he's dangerous. My second favorite pitcher, I feel bad calling him a value pitcher because he's really not. But I think he's my favorite second guy on the board here to Mcclanahan, and that's Zach Gallen. I've always been in the Zach Gallen corner, and he's the kind of guy that pitches in hot streaks. You know how hitters get hot? Yeah. Sometimes pitchers get hot. And right now, Zach Gallen is in a groove. I think he's a phenomenal play today. He's 9.5 on DraftKings, 10.8 on Fanduel, and 49 on Yahoo. So he's not super cheap by any stretch. But I'm telling you, we read all these guys. There's so many cheap hitters. I'm going to give you some stats that I think are going to surprise you, Crash. My first question is this. In the last 3 games combined, Mr. Gallen has pitched a total of 21 1/3 innings, okay? How many earned runs or any runs, earned or unearned runs in those 3 games combined?
1.
0.
Okay.
How many strikeouts in those 3 games combined?
26.
36, my friend.
Wow.
No, I'm just joking. 26. You're right. Just want to give you some hassle. 26 strikeouts in 3 games is big. 68 against San Francisco, 12 strikeouts. 49 against Coors, 49 fantasy points, 6 strikeouts. Pittsburgh, 55 Fanduel points, 8 strikeouts, and no earned runs in any of those games. That's a guy that's on a roll. And before he pitched 3-4 games before that, he even pitched well, Crash.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you this one. As much as I love Mcclanahan, I may play Zach Gallen as my single pitcher on Fanduel in my main lineup. That's how much I like Zach Gallen today.
Yeah, I mean, I know you said what you did about their strikeouts with him having 26, with his strikeouts having 26 in the last 3 starts. But Kansas City has the 5th lowest strikeout rate at home, so they're not striking out a lot. But I mean, if he can keep that lineup in check, and he can get a decent amount of strikeouts, then he's probably going to be one of the top plays.
That I think that stat is a little tilted because Merrifield and Benintendi and some of the guys they traded were low strikeout guys, good contact hitters. They replaced those guys with some young guys, and with young guys, you're going to see that 30% strikeout rate. And some of the ones, even though Witt's terrific and some of those guys, but some of the bottom of that lineup, you're going to get some cheap strikeouts that Kansas City wasn't getting before. So that, I think that strikeout number is going to continue to increase. And I'll tell you, when Gallen's on and in a groove, he can strike out anybody. I really believe that.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Value play on early slate, Blade or Rosario. I don't know is Blade officially in that lineup? Have you seen
I haven't seen. Let's see here.
Play against lefties. That's against a lefty, correct? Rodney's asking. Because I think Eddie Rosario is a good value play.
Yeah, Eddie Rosario has already been confirmed as the DH for Atlanta.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed Sean V's not in here. You gotta, when you take a huge stand, you gotta show up and man up. I mean,
maybe he'll show up tomorrow. Maybe he's working or something. And
okay, we're gonna give you. I love you, Sean V. I love anybody. I love pushback. I love chatter. I mean, don't ever be afraid to throw whatever in here because we definitely love to share and talk and go through all this stuff. But we'll keep a look for him later.
Yeah, I think the later part is better for him. So
we don't know on Blade is the bottom line, correct?
Right. We don't know on Blade. And like
my gut is he might not play.
Yeah. With the whole Sean V thing, I think he'll probably come tomorrow for the later start.
Cool. Zachary says he pops in and out. I would assume that's what he's talking about. Okay, Sean V. Zachary, thank you, man. We'd love to have you guys in here. And again, I'm not gloating at all. I'm just having fun with it. I am not whatsoever. There are times I'll put a pitcher on there and they get absolutely smashed. So we all just have fun with it and like to kid around. And if you can't joke around and poke fun at each other when you have good or bad picks, then the DFS will drive you nuts. So
you're in for a long
painful experience.
Yeah.
All right. We're trying to stay under an hour today because we got these early ones coming. So let's get to the last game on the slate. Happens to be your Brewers against the Dodgers. And I got the phone handy. So you better not be getting crazy on us here with this Brewers hate that you've had lately.
Yeah.
But it's Brewers at Dodgers. Huge favorite in the Dodgers. They're minus 249 today. So Vegas really likes them. It's 79 at first pitch, supposedly in LA, only 9 p.m. by Eastern game, by the way. So you're not going to lose a ton of that beauty sleep that you so need so badly. But it's wind blowing out to left at 9 miles an hour. 8.5 is the total, 3.23 for the Brewers, and a big fat 5.27 for the Dodgers. Adrian Hauser is pitching for the Brewers, and a lefty against the Brewers. It's Andrew Haney taking the hill at 9.8K for a guy that only pitches 4 or 5 innings. I'm not sure about that one, man.
Yeah. It's tough. I don't really like this matchup for Adrian Hauser. The lefties in particular from the Dodgers are what I would look at. If Lux is in the lineup, I like him, but obviously Freddie Freeman and Max Muncy, they're going to be, some of the top plays for me in this game. And on the Brewers side, I do like Andrew McCutchen. He is my home run call. He's 3 for 6 with 3 home runs against Heaney.
Yeah.
So I do like McCutchen here for the Brewers. So little bit of Brewers love there. Mike Brasso was put on the IL, so they called up Pablo Reyes. He is horrible, so that's a downgrade on a team that already struggled against lefties, so that's more trouble.
Yeah.
Hunter Renfroe was out of the lineup yesterday. He's back in the lineup, so I might take a shot at him.
Okay, not bad. I mean, I think Hauser has not been burning it up. So, of course, a Dodger stack is always prime, but the price is so tough. Bet 6-3, Trey Turner 6-1, Freeman 5-5, Will Smith 5-4, Muncy 4-4. Justin Turner, who had a scheduled day off yesterday, I watched the interview with him. He's perfectly healthy. He'll be back in the lineup at 4-1. But so there you go. You've got the top 6 guys, and they're 4-1 and up, including, 2 guys in the mid 5s and 2 guys in the low 6s. Yeah. So I'm not sure how deep you can go with a stack there.
Yeah. I mean, Hauser doesn't give up a lot of home runs normally, but he does, like I said, he does struggle with lefties. The Dodgers aren't afraid to play small ball. I mean, they were doing it all night last night. So I think that the Dodgers will be one of my top stacks.
So I have a huge circle around Freddie Freeman. 5.5K, I think, is really a great spot to go. So at very worst, that'd be my one-off there.
Yeah, and I know I talked about Burns yesterday as my
Alexa, shut off the timer. Sorry about that.
You're good. And I mean, he definitely struggled. I mean, that was probably his worst start of his career against the Dodgers. So that was a tough one. He just doesn't pitch well against them for whatever reason.
Well, I mean, that's not that lineup might have something to do with it as well.
I know, but I mean, he's faced really good lineups before and done well. So I don't know.
I'm filling in one thing here. So give me your top play from each side in that game.
Freeman and McCutchen.
Yeah. And hopefully the ownership's not too ridiculously bad on those 2 guys. That's the key. Okay, I got that done. Always something going on here. That's just the way we roll. Lots of activity. All right. Let's see. Howard Rose is in there. Adames, Renfroe, and McCutchen are over a half home runs on PrizePicks. Wow. Okay, that's the trio crash.
Yeah.
Adames, Renfroe, McCutchen. Yeah.
I like that. In fact, I'll say 2 of those guys will hit a home run.
Wow. All right. And that's a great play. So speaking of that, Howard, perfect timing. We're going to do our PrizePicks 2 calls of the day. Real quickly, tomorrow we're back at our regular 1:30 time. So jump in with us at that time. If you're watching right now on YouTube, quick thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, give us a comment. Those comments also add to that algorithm and move us up. If you're listening to any audio landing spots, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Podbean, Stitcher, we only have a week left, literally a week from today, to win a free month of Coach Talk. All you have to do is give us a top rating, 5 stars, quick comment. Our man Colin will jump in there. Somebody will win that free month. If you want to join us, we have our pricing out for football. And the cool thing is you can break it into 2 payments, both of them under $100. And guess what? You don't just get the football season. You get from today. You sign up today. You get now until January 13th, the end of the NFL season. Everything we've got here at Coach Talk, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, tennis, MMA, NASCAR, we've got all of it. So we'd love to have you join us. Go to dfscoachtalk.com. If you want to just dip your toes in the water, I always tell everybody Wednesday's a great day to do it because you get us Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you get our entire, and I'm real pumped for this crash, the championship for PGA is this week. So tonight our lineups will come out for the PGA final for the FedEx, that for the full tournament, and then Friday we do the weekend only as well.
Very nice. And I will say one quick thing. With the Brewers lineup, it shows Rowdy Tellez as a projected first baseman. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they put Keston here in there, and he has been very good lately. So he's been crushing everyone. So I do like Keston here as a value play.
Okay, excellent. Let's jump to our top 2 PrizePicks plays of the day. I'm going to redo mine here to make sure that it's up to date. I don't want to give you old information. What is your number one pick on PrizePicks today, Crash?
My number one pick on PrizePicks is going to be, where are my notes? Let's see. It is Alex Verdugo over 5.5 fantasy score. I like that number. It's pretty low.
Okay, I like it. I've got a weird one for you. I'm going to take Anibal Sanchez under 17.5 fantasy points. I know that's a low number. I just think Seattle's going to rip him to shreds. Even though I don't have Seattle as one of my top 2 stacks, because I think they're going to spread it out, I just don't think Sanchez is going to get, I've got him projected at 14 fantasy points, so I'll take the under there all day long.
My other play is going to be Shane McClanahan over 7 strikeouts. He had 11 last time he faced the Angels. So, and Trout was in the lineup then too. So I do like McClanahan over 7.
Yeah, I love that. I think he strikes out 10 today. I really do. I'm looking to make sure and see where my man is. I am definitely going to go with my Yordan Alvarez pick for over. There he is. 7.5, Crash.
7.5.
That's it.
There you go. There you go.
Load up the wagons, back up the Brinks truck. Yordan Alvarez over fantasy score 7.5 on PrizePicks. One of my favorite picks in quite some time.
Nice.
Boom Fantasy. Guess what, Crash? I didn't even tell you this. I have the final meeting to get all the details together this afternoon at 2 o'clock with our buddies at Boom Fantasy.
We're
going to be putting stuff up this weekend. We're partnering with them. They're going to be the best and brightest and coolest thing. All kinds of info coming out on Boom Fantasy. A lot of it will start previewing tomorrow. So very, very excited. So let's do our 2 Boom Fantasy top plays today from the wagering side.
Okay. I will take the over on implied run total in Pittsburgh, 8.5.
Okay. I like that.
And I will take the Royals at plus 130.
Very nice. I like when you throw a dog in there. I'm going to take the Cardinals. They're on the road, so it's easy to take the run line. They're like at a minus 120, minus a run and a half. I think they rough up this poor Will Ferrell dude, and I like the Cardinals in a runaway today. So minus 1.5, I feel very comfortable with. And then I like, as I mentioned, I think Seattle's going to be very dangerous tonight against the pitcher that I think is not good. When is that a day? Let me see. I might have that. Oh, that's a 4:10 game. So I'm not really going to count that one. I do like the over in that game. It's 7.5 is all. And I just think the Mariners rough up Sanchez. So I'll take over 7.5 minus 110. But I'll give you another one on the main slate because I like that as well. I like the Arizona Diamondbacks minus 130. I think is a very fair number. I read all those stats about Zach Gallen. And not that I don't like Brady Singer. I like the under in that game too, but I like Zach Gallen. I like the D-backs to win that game.
All right. I like it.
All right. We are going to make it by the skin of our teeth under an hour today. Good afternoon, JT. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that. And everybody that joined in. I mean, you all make the show every day. Boy from Cali, Rodney, Absolute Power, Randy Rubach, Fear Money, Josh, Audrey, of course, the young lady, Audrey, RJ, who else is in there? Zachary, Arakilian, Super, Howard, everybody else that's joined today. Appreciate everybody jumping in there. Catch us tomorrow at our regular time of 1:30. So any final words, Crash?
No, let's just keep it rolling. You had a great, single entry lineup last night, especially on Fanduel. And let's win both slates today.
Let's do it. We'll be back again tomorrow when we look to crush it in MLB DFS, PrizePicks, and Boom Fantasy. I just wanted to go over 1 hour or 1 hour and 1 second. Have a great day, everybody.